Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we'll be learning how to make this beautiful gypsy dress. If this is something you would like to learn, kindly keep watching and let's get right into the video. The first thing we have to do is minus our full length from our half length or half length from our full length. Then you further divide the figure by 3, but also make each layer longer by 2 to 3 inches. So first layer will be smaller than the second will be smaller than the third, so you get to understand soon. For this first layer I have about 2 yards of fabric, so 1 yard on each layer. So the length I'm using for this particular one, I use 13 by a yard. Then I'll further split one of the yardage into 2 because of the pocket I'll be attaching by the sides and for zipper sake. So I'll further split one of this layer into 2 like this, and then I'm going to notch one part as my zipper side. I'll be setting that aside. Remember, I said I'll be using 13 inches for the first layer, and for the second layer I used 3.5 inches by length, so 3.5 yard, that's 3.5 yard. So I'm going to measure that out for us to see. That's 1 yard, 2, 3, it was 3.5 go. So I used 3.5 and by 15 inches, so that will be the length. So you can see that each layer is about 2 inches longer, and this I used about 17 to 19 inches as the length plus the folding allowance, and the yardage I used for the third one was 5 yards. So for the upper bodies you will get like a border line, so that is where you start taking your measurement from. So my client's half length measurement is 19. I have further added half inch to it. I'll be rolling that out, and then bust my measurements. Then you input your shoulder divided by 2 measurements, roll that out, and then from there do your shoulder slope of 1 inch. You can go further by doing 1.5. Then I use 3 by 3 as the front, and then 3 by 1 as the back neckline. So with doing a shoulder slope, I'll further get like the midpoint of my armhole. So I can do like my shoulder tightening. I figured that this particular move was a bit longer, so I divided it off camera later. So you input your bust divided by 2 by 4, then add at least 2 or 1.5 inch, and then on your waist you do your waist divided by 4 plus your dart measurements, and then your side seam allowance. I'm just spinning. So for this particular bodies, I did not input or create room for any zipper allowance. I did that on purpose. I didn't create any room for zipper allowance because it's a stretchy fabric, and for the sake of the neck too, of the turtleneck. So for the front, I ironed out about 1 inch is in front, so that's the front. I'd folded like the front, and I'll be using the back as a template to cut the front. So you would need at least allowance of about 2 inches, 1 inch for the overlapping of your button in front. So I'm just taking my neckline measurements there. Then I'm going to just mark out where the neck in depth is, so I'll be cutting it off this way. So now you will take your dart leg measurements, and from there I'm going to just make a notch and to reflect on all 4 layers of the fabric. So the first thing I have to do is sew down the front of the folded front of my neck piece. So this is for the overlap, like I said. Just sew down that part, or you could just use any gum to just hold it down for like a neater finish. But most clients will say they don't want it pulling, so I rather secured it. So now I'll be taking my dart leg of about 6 inches. Your dart leg differ, so take my dart leg of about 6 inches, and then yeah, that is what we have for the front. Now I will be repeating the same thing on the other parts of the front. So pin and set that aside. Now for the back, I will be sewing down 1/2 inch. That will serve as my zipper allowance. Remember, I did not create room for this zipper allowance, but it will help, or it does not affect the measurements at all. Now to the down part, I've further sewn my zipper allowance, and then we'll be attaching our pockets. So the first thing I will do is I came down by 1/2 inch, attached like the first layer, the front side facing the front side. Then we will further top stitch our pockets. So the pocket side, so all our seam allowance, I'm pushing it down to my pocket side. Just take note, or watch the video carefully. I will repeat same thing on the other side of the pocket. Came down by 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to be sewing my pockets down. And then I'm also going to push like the whole of the seam allowance towards the pocket side, and I'll be top stitching all the stitches towards the side. It will help the pocket relax properly. So repeat same thing on the other panel of your first layer. So we're going to sew in the pockets again on the other panel. You sew, then push to push all seam allowances to the other side, and then top stitch. Repeat same thing. You need to just repeat this process on all 4 sides of the first panel. Now that we are done, align both panels, and then you would sew this way, rotating your pedal. Just keep lifting and then rotate, aligning the both sides together. So as I go, I pin my fabric. So keep sewing this way. So repeat same thing on the other side of the fabric. So lift and sew as you go. Watch this video carefully. So lift and sew as you go, and then you back stitch. Now that we are done, we can set that aside and go on to the second layer. So for the second layer, I will be securing like the open ends of the fabric. So I will be securing the open ends of the fabric this way. and then you further fold your fabric into four. Then you get the midpoint of the fabric so that you can attach the notch points together. So I have 4 notches already, so I'll start pleating from the first notch down to the other notch. So it's going to help evenly distribute my pleats. So I'll take my time and pleat. So I am distributing my pleats evenly. So when I get to the other side of the pleat, I'll take off my pin. So just keep evenly distributing your pleats. And now we're almost done. Just carefully take your time to sew this particular any kind of pleats or gathers. So yeah, we are done. So this is what it looks like for now. Now back to the upper bodice. I will be closing my side seam by the 1.5 inch seam allowance I left earlier. So I'm closing up my side seam by that. Like I said, it will not affect your measurements in as much as it is the stretchy fabric. It's what. So now that we sealed up the side seam, I'm just checking to see that my waist is in place and I have the right figure. So yeah, now that we've closed the side seam, we can then further sew down our shoulder allowance. So we're sewing that down. Repeat same thing on the other side, and our upper bodice is done. So back to our last layer. So I notched the strategic point, folded my fabric in 4, then I created notches. So the notches is going to go on each side of the other. So I'm just going to keep aligning the notches on each side. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Pin one notch to one side and then pin the other notch to the other side. So it will like I said earlier, help me evenly distribute my pleats. So now we can start pinning pleating as we've pinned down our notches. Just keep pleating till you get to like the end of your pleats. Keep pleating as you go. Once you're done with this, get your upper bodice and attach it to the pleated down panel. So I've done that here and I've ripped out my dress. So I'll be taking my round neck measurements here. My round length measurements, I had about 8.5 as my round length measurement, and round neck measurement for one is 8.5. In total should be 17. So I'm just tipping down my paper, so I'll get like a borderline and then I'll further mark out the 8.5 here. Then I'll go ahead and get the midpoint of the 8.5, which is 4.25. We're going to create a line in the middle. Then around my collar neck is 1 inch, so that would be like the width of my collar neck, 1 inch. So I'm going to mark now 1 inch as the width of my collar neck, and then by the side or the center back I'm going up by 1 inch. So our collars are not straight, so I'm going up by 1 inch around the side. Now further create my 1 inch as the width of my collar. Makes sense. So I'm trying to look for like the best curvy side for my collar. Then I'm going to label that out. But in front, I'm going in by 1 inch. Then I'm creating a curve this way. So that's my center front and then my center back. So I'll further cut this out. Once you're done cutting that out, cut this exact print on your collar or gum stay. So I'm cutting this on my gum stay and without adding any seam allowances to it. Then on the fabric, I'll be adding seam allowances of about ½ inch on every side. So I'm going to pin. I have 4 pieces. I have folded my fabric in 4. So I'm cutting out seam allowance of. I'm using ½ inch as the seam allowances on every side. Now that we're done with that, make sure to press your gum stay on your fabric and then also fold in one side just like I have. So I added my gum stay to the fabric and now I also added gum stay around my zipper side so that it does not bulge. Remember it's a stretchy fabric. So now we're sewing down my collar this way and I'm repeating the same thing to the other side piece of the collar too. I'm going to create my notches. This one to the other side. You could go ahead and press your collar if you have the patience and the light. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sewing my collar from the wrong side and first. My collar from the wrong side and I'm going to be sitting it up on the right side of the fabric. Yeah, so sit up your collar on the right side of the fabric now. Then go ahead and attach your zipper. That white thing you're seeing is the gum stay added to the zipper side because it's a stretchy fabric, so just take your time. Repeat the same thing on the other side of your collar. Attach your zip like I said, and voila, this is what we have. This brings us to the end of today's tutorial. If this video has been helpful, kindly hit the subscribe button, like, share my video. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.